Hello again, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of People in the News in North Texas. My guests today are Chris Longwell and Wesley Loon, a Flower Mound couple with a passion for the art of cooking. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
If you would please begin by telling our viewers something about your background, how long, how long you've been married, and how you became so interested in cooking.
Sure. Okay, well, I'll start. I'm actually a native Texan. I grew up in the mid-cities in Hearst, and since I was a child, my family loved good food. You know, being in Texas, you're surrounded by delicious food, you know, everywhere. But my passion turned to theater, so I moved after graduating from A&M, I moved to New York City to pursue a career in theater, and that's where I met this loon.
I come from a small town in South Dakota. So my I guess food types that I had most available to me was sort of truck stop food. So when I met Chris in New York, it was 1989, October of 1989. Oh, so long.
A few years ago.
Well, they say truckers know the best places.
Yeah,
Well,
they do. Yeah,
It's
well, my
interesting.
father was a truck driver as well.
There you go.
So yeah.
Our likes of food, which is I love good comfort food, just a little more elevated than say the truck stop version,
Right.
but they kind of worked well together.
Yeah. So we met in 1989. We had in 1992 we had a commitment ceremony because obviously it wasn't legal for us to get married in New York. And then in 2007 we had another ceremony, which was in New Jersey. We were living in New Jersey at the time.
I have relatives there.
Yeah, so that was called a civil union. So that was 2007. And then 2014, when it was legalized across America, we got married for real. Legally. Legal.
So we like to have a wedding every few years.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Keep it fresh. But along the way, I continued to cook, and I love to cook, and we love to have people over and make food more than just a meal, make it like an experience. So, and then somewhere along the way, I decided just for the fun of it to start a food blog, and it just took a life of its own.
Right.
And the blog is entitled "How to Feed a Loon."
Yes. And which is my last name.
Your last name. And it has numerous videos that teach people how to cook some marvelous meals. So let me ask you, how often do you post entries?
We try to, well, we do. We have a pretty strict publishing schedule where we publish 3 recipes a week.
Yes, and we try to do videos with each one of those recipes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we work with particular brands who have sort of specific guidelines that they want us to follow, and sometimes they include video, sometimes they don't. So, but I would say definitely the majority of the things we post include a video.
Yeah, and they're fun. I mean, I watched some of them, and you guys are having a good time on there. I could see that, but it makes you want to be in the kitchen there because it's like
That's what we hope
they're
to.
enjoying it.
Well, that's our whole thing. Cooking should be delicious, but should also be fun.
Exactly.
I think that's the title I'm giving this story.
There you go.
And he teaches me along the way, so everybody sees him teaching.
And he's the hardest student there is, so if I can teach him, anybody can do it.
I wanted to ask you, do you host large dinner parties in which you do the cooking?
Oh yes.
And
almost on a weekly basis.
Really?
Well, it's most of the time it's his family. He has a large family here in Texas.
Yeah.
But it's he cannot let something just be a normal, simple
Meal.
dinner.
Has to be
Well,
elaborate,
and I'm the
right?
same way. I've got to have some sort of.
Well, there's an art to it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and Annette knows that. My wife does some of those dinner parties, and very artfully done.
Yes.
Because it's all part of the atmosphere, you know,
And the experience.
ambiance.
Yeah. So go to Chris and Wesley's for a good meal. That's what they're always. and some good
and a good
conversation.
time, yeah.
How about the pairing of wines with individual dishes? Do you do that as well?
Well, not as much. We used to early on. Then we started to focus more on just the food and because some of the foods I don't know if they have a good wine pairing.
Well,
like what's a good wine pairing for chicken salad?
Well,
I don't know.
we do. I mean, as Wesley said, we really did focus on that, and I sort of always took the food side of the blog, but we also have quite a few cocktails and wine
Yes.
concoctions,
Yeah,
and
that's
he does that. So our focus really is on food, and he's pretty knowledgeable when it comes to good wine pairing. And if anyone ever has a question, we have a great camaraderie with our fans and followers. We always respond to them, and we love it
Yes.
when they ask us questions, and that gets asked a lot of times. So.
And appetizers and desserts are often part of a meal. Do you demonstrate making those?
Oh yeah,
Yes, yeah,
those
yeah.
are my favorite.
We have a whole, if you go to the blog, we have recipe types for, appetizers, entrees, side dishes, and then we break them down by types of cuisine. People ask a lot of time, well, what is your kind of niche for the blog? What type of food do you do? And, our approach is if it's delicious and it's comforting, then it's good enough for the blog.
Yes.
So that's why we do Asian, Mexican, Italian,
You really
Southern.
run the gamut there.
Yeah.
And incidentally, and I know this because I watched your blog, I watched some of the videos. I saw a dessert called banana pudding trifle with meringue, and I was just drooling looking at this thing. It looks so great.
Good. That's good. That is delicious.
There's
Yes.
also a video showing how to make southern baked beans made with pepper maple bacon.
Oh,
That
yes.
sounds so good just to say it.
Just
Yeah.
by itself,
That's amazing.
that's a lot of times when we make. I have to, I'm in the process of making something, and I've got the pepper maple bacon already done.
Yeah,
and
you have to put a guard up.
He's eaten half of it. I think I'm not done.
I can understand that.
Well, and the dogs too. The
When I
dogs.
saw that completed and you put that out there, I said, oh, would I like to dig into that.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what else is in that dish? It's a little chopped brisket. I mean, if you're going to do southern baked beans, why not add a little
Yeah.
brisket?
Brisket with
Yeah,
it,
That's
right.
good.
Oh, it's so good.
All right, let me get into how many people are health conscious when they dine. Do you prepare low calorie food?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, we do. We do. I mean, you may not when you glimpse at the blog.
Yeah,
you
they're
wouldn't
few
think
and far between. I will say
Well,
that.
again, I've got to go back to our premise. It's good food, and I think what makes great food is using good quality ingredients,
Yeah.
Straightforward techniques. And
Yes.
if you look at the French repertoire of different types of cuisine, they use butter, and there's
Right.
but it's still all natural. But like today, we're videotaping a veggie burger, and we do lots of
Oh,
seafood.
and that's a delicious veggie burger.
Salmon,
Oh,
we
I-
love it. We poach
I know
salmon.
Annette would love that. Yeah.
Yes,
That's-
absolutely. So we don't avoid healthy, so-called food. We just do whatever appeals to us.
Yes. Yeah.
And how about organic foods?
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, it's what I think, what makes a great meal is what goes into it, and including the technique, the way you prepare it. But,
If
whenever
we have
possible.
an organic choice, we always go with the organic choice.
Now, your exciting blog address is www.howtofeedaloon.com.
There it is.
And that's a
Our
poster
logo, yeah.
to give you folks an idea of it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your upcoming appearance June 5th on the Guys Grocery Games, the Hit Food Network show?
Yes, that was very exciting. That was surreal. It does appear on Wednesday, June 5th at 8 p.m. Central Time, and I can't really talk about the way the show ended up because it hasn't aired yet, and I had to sign my life away. But all I can say, it was good TV. It's exciting. It's like nothing I've ever done
And
before.
you represent How to Feed a
I
Loon.
represent How to Feed a Loon and Texas and Flower
Yes,
Mound.
Flower Mound, yeah.
Guy Fieri, who I think I can say this, Guy Fieri actually, he took one bite of my food and he said, I'm moving to Flower Mound. So,
I don't know if you can say that or not, but you just did.
And we have it now.
I don't
We have
know.
it exclusive.
Yeah.
they probably edited it out. He never said that. He did say it though.
So your blog is loaded with some of the most delectable looking dishes like chicken piccata, pork milanese, penne alla vodka. You also show how to make classic Caesar salads, egg salad, chicken salad, some of the greatest Tex-Mex cooking and
Yeah.
margaritas, so it's really loaded with everything. I'm getting the high sign that we're coming to conclusion here. So I just want to say thank you, Chris and Wesley, for being here, for giving Annette and me some great ideas about preparing a dinner and some of the most scrumptious looking meals I've ever seen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Bob.
it.
It was wonderful being here.
Yes,
Thank you guys, and
definitely.
thank you for watching.